4 different ways, both paid and free, that you can do right now, even as a complete beginner, to get clients on autopilot. A lot of these methods I have personally done and have successfully gotten appointments through these methods, so I know they work. There's one thing I'm going to say at the end of this video that's going to tie in no matter what outreach method that you're using to get clients on autopilot, and if you miss it, it's simply just not going to be effective. You're going to get very few or little or no appointments if you don't hear this key point that I have to say. So let's get right into it. What's going on, YouTube? It's Aaron here, coming to you from the trenches about how to build and grow a successful SMMA agency. So if you're returning, welcome, thank you. Please continue to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. But if you're new here, please also hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and also subscribe. It shows that, you guys like this content and you want me to make more content related to getting clients on autopilot. And I also release other helpful things that you can do that can help you get SMMA clients, the high paying ones, of course, and that can help you make a good income doing SMMA, all from your bedroom or wherever you have the internet connection. So like I said, I'm going to tell you 4 ways that you can get clients on autopilot. I'm also going to order them from, ways that I don't really recommend that you start with doing, but can still work for you if you really want to go that route. And then in the end, I'm going to say the best way to get clients on autopilot. And also I'm going to let you know of the one key thing you really need to know in order to actually successfully book appointment after appointments, so that way you can get client after client. So the first method that you may already know of, you may be aware of when it comes to getting clients on autopilot, is running your own ads. And it makes sense, right? You offer advertising for local businesses or e-commerce or anything like that. So why not do your own advertising to get your own clients? And there's a couple things to this as well. One thing is that the type of advertising is not the same. So for example, if you're selling to a dentist or, a pizza shop, their type of advertising is business to consumer advertising. When you do advertising, you're doing business to business advertising, which is a slightly different advertising method. And that thus there's slightly different things you need to do in order for it to be successful with business to business advertising as well. Another caveat is that it can be expensive if you don't have the money, or you don't have you have little to no money to start. It's very hard to actually get the advertising to work. No matter what advertising platform you plan on using, it needs that budget in order to actually start, pumping in the result and getting you the leads. But however, it doesn't have to be that expensive. You can start off with, a very minimal amount and then scale up from there. And that's exactly what I did when I tried out this method. So at the time I was going for real estate agents, and I use Facebook ads to get to those real estate agents. The thing is, you don't have to make your own landing page or website if you don't have the money to do that. What I did was, you can use Messenger, so that way people would message you if they're interested. You can even just do a Facebook lead ad form for people who, so people can fill out the form, and then you can contact them later and reach out to them later as well. You need to make sure that you have your advertising on point. So if you have no experience, if you have no idea what you're doing, you could be throwing money down the drain by this trial and error. But a really big benefit of running your own ads is that you can be your own case study, and clients are going to have no problem trusting you to run their advertisements for them. Because think of it this way, it makes sense that if they signed up through your advertising, that you obviously know what you're doing when it comes to advertising. So with that being said, the trust is actually already established, so that they already know that you are the expert, you already are the authority. But just be in mind that there's a lot of other bigger companies out there with bigger budgets that are also advertising for those same customers on Facebook or on Google. With Google ads, it's especially expensive. So running your own ads overall can work, but you really have to know what you're doing. The other methods I'm going to mention are better and are more suited for beginners as well. But don't shy away from running your own ads. I've been able to run my own ads. I did like a messenger marketing campaign, and I was actually able to get some appointments through doing that messenger marketing. But just know that it does take a lot of work to start up, because I had to make a lead magnet, I had to make the advertising campaign, I had to make, especially with messenger marketing, I had to make the flow. But you know, if you do have the money, and especially if you have the experience of doing it and you feel confident in your skills, go ahead and do it, because then once you put the ad up, you're going to get clients on autopilot, and all you have to do is just make changes and optimize the ads like you would for your clients for the most part. And you can expect to get, you know, recurring appointments per month, and then at a point it's going to become predictable. The second way I recommend to get clients on autopilot is by going to Facebook groups or going to different groups on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, and giving value to those groups, so that way people will come to you. So again, this method is going to take some time and a lot of effort, but the great part is this method is free, because you can join a Facebook group for free. So what you want to do is that you want to join these Facebook groups that are related to marketing or lead generation in some way, shape, or form. Or if you're not doing SMA, you want to join, you know, let's say a website forum, like a website design Facebook group that helps local businesses with their website design, etc., etc. So join a Facebook group that's related to what you offer, or what you offer can help the clients in that group get what they want. So with that being said, what you want to do is you want to go on these groups and, you know, give value. So posting in the groups, you know, value posts can be effective, but just note that if that group is used to that, you know, it might be insignificant to that, and they might just still delete your post even if you have well intentions behind it. So the best thing you can do is that when someone asks a question in that group, you go into the comments and you answer that question. That's the best way to give value. And the best part is that person sees your comment, and then once they read it and they say, oh, that's a great answer, they know that you're the authority to go to. And then over time, as you're answering more and more questions, you know, doing a couple of value posts here and there, people are going to start coming to you. They're going to look at your profile, see that it's optimized to do Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever you offer. And then what they're going to do is they're going to come back to you. They're going to message you being like, hey, you know, I see that, you know what you're doing. You know, could we have time to talk? Like, I'm interested in marketing. So what you can also do is you can also, you know, go after clients themselves. So you can also, you know, make the value post. People who comment on it, you can message them and then just simply just have a conversation with them. I cannot stress this enough. You want to have a conversation with them. It's better to have a conversation with them first, starting off in the comment section, so you don't, you know, bombard their messages. Because if you just immediately message them as soon as you make the post, as soon as they comment, they're going to be suspicious and they're going to have their guards off. But if you have a conversation with them in the comment section, so, you know, so let's say you give a value post, they say, oh, very well said post. You say, you know, thank you, John. You know, how's business going for you now? Like, you know, how did this post help you out? You start a conversation in the comment section, and then it gives you an excuse to message them being like, hey, you know, I just want to continue this in the DMs. You continue the conversation, and then you can go on, you know, building more value, being like, hey, I see that, you know, I can take a look at, you know, your Google ads. I can take a look at your Facebook ads for you, you know, just to make sure that everything's on the right path. Do it all in good faith. You know, try not to sell them anything, because the moment you try to sell something to them, they're going to think that, oh,
all this talk was just for you to try to sell me something.
And they're not going to trust you, and then they're going to have their guards up, and it's going to be a lot harder to sell. Eventually, you're going to want to, you know, hey, I offer this as a service to, you know, other clients as well. But at that point, you've given them so much value, you've helped them so much. They're more than welcome. They're more than happy to, you know, pay you whatever your fee is in order to, you know, actually get that service from you. So overall, you know, going to the groups, giving value, while this does take time and it's not completely on autopilot, you still have to do some work here and there. At a point, you might get, you know, DMs coming in, and, you know, of people interested who want to work with you. Some people might just message you saying like, hey, I just want to work with you, just immediately, just like that. Third way to get clients on autopilot is by smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also hitting subscribe, as it really helps the channel out, and I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. It pushes it out to a new audience, and it also encourages me to give you more high quality content like this. And comment below, what niche are you going after for SMMA that you want more clients in? I'm just curious to learn about what other niches that my audience likes. I know a lot of my audience likes the car dealership niche. Is that you? Or do you like other niches like, you know, the dentist niche or the health or the gym niche? Okay, so the third way to get clients on autopilot is through cold email campaigns, specifically more of a drip campaign. So pretty much, if you don't know what a cold email campaign is, that's just pretty much when you send a lot of different emails to a lot of different business owners, offering, that you can help them, give them value in that email, and saying that you want to, book a call with them. So this is a method that, I've done and I've been successful with. I individually used to send cold emails like in the harder days, but the number one method I'm gonna say is the one that I currently use now, and I teach people who book a one-on-one time with me how to do it. So with cold email, the thing is, the setup is also, it takes some time, and unless you're going to scrape the emails on your own, it can take some money overall to go onto a lead generator like D7 Lead Finder overall. But the problem with sites like D7 Lead Finder is that everyone uses sites like that. So especially if you're in a popular area, or even if you're not in a popular area, someone has searched up chiropractors in Los Angeles, for example, right? So what you want to do is you want to find businesses around your local area or your local town, or in a specific area that D7 Lead Finder may not pick up on, especially because the D7 Lead Finder database is really outdated, and it may not pick up the new businesses that are coming on, or some businesses on the D7 Lead Finder list already have marketing or have already been emailed so many times that why try emailing them again. So this is why I use something called Lead Extractor. So what Lead Extractor does is that you go onto Google Maps, and then you click on all the way to the end, you click on Lead Extractor, and then it's going to extract all those lead information for you. So the thing is, the best part is that these results are unlimited. So while D7 Lead Finder limits the amount of results you can get, Lead Extractor, you get unlimited results for the price you pay. So then once you get those unlimited results, what you can do is then you can take the emails and then fire them off in a cold email campaign, of course using a well-seasoned email address. Email campaign, so you send only like 10, 20 emails at a specific time, so it looks more human. So you can get all those emails by using this Lead Extractor. And the best part is this can work for any niche. You can type in llama farms near me, go on to Google Maps, collect all the data from there, and then you can set up your own email campaign for that. So there's going to be a link in the description below for that. One thing you can do is you can pay for the month, get as many leads as you possibly can, and then as you're sending the emails, or as you're calling or doing your other outreach methods, you can always just either cancel it, and you just send them an email, cancel it, and then when you need more leads, you can always just buy it again and get more leads. So that's why I highly recommend Lead Extractors. You can get the most up-to-date leads, and also leads that have not been emailed hundreds of thousands of times. So once you set up that cold email campaign, you set up a drip sequence, so you send between 10 to 100 messages a day on autopilot. You don't have to do anything else once you set it up. People are going to respond back to your email wanting to book an appointment with you, which you can respond to, and boom, there you have it. You've gotten clients on autopilot once you get that appointment. One thing I want to say is that with all these methods, this is the one key thing, by the way, is that you have to put in a good amount of work at the beginning, and then let that work for you. So this is pretty much like the same concept as passive income. You set it up once, and then you can let the appointments coming in, and then as you get more appointments, you will of course get more clients as you get more appointments. But just one thing to know is it's not a set it and forget it type of thing. If you run your own ads, if you set it and forget it, you can forget the fact that you're going to be getting appointments, simply just because you're going to still need to optimize the ads. You're going to still need to do work on those ads. Same thing with giving value. Eventually your posts are going to get pushed down, so eventually you're going to have to do some more posts in order to optimize it. Cold email, eventually you're going to run out of emails, so you're going to need to get Lead Extractor again to do more emails. So it's never really a set it and forget it type of thing. You'll need to go in there, optimize it, make tweaks to the system, and make it work for you overall. So the fourth way, which I think is a really good way to get SMA appointments on autopilot, is by simply outsourcing it to either another company or to another VA. So of course this costs money, but like most of these do, but it's really inexpensive if you already have the foundations laid out. So what I would recommend is that if you have a cold email campaign, or if you have like a script that works, like my script, which you can get in the link in the description below, which I use to book 5 to 8 appointments per week. If you have a script like that you know works, you can easily just tell a VA to do it, and then you can hire someone from another country to, you know, send those messages, make those calls, or do whatever outsource method you can for you. And the thing is, pretty much you know that it works. So because that you know that it works, you know, all you have to do is just amplify the results. So make sure that, you know, the script you use, don't copy word for word my script. Use my script as inspiration to help you customize and draft your own script, because simply I have sales skills now. I've read sales books of why I've made that script. So I know how consumers should respond to it, and it's my own personal style. If you send that to them, it's not going to be your own personal style. You're going to seem inauthentic, and overall, it's just not going to work out for you. Trust me, I've copied things word for word that other people have used, and it has never worked out for me. So I make it something that matches you, and then you can use it and send it out there. I outsource this. You can either hire a VA or even just hire another company even just to do your outreach for you. And, you know, this saves you so much time because, you know, you don't have to focus on outreach. You can focus on handling the appointment, signing up the clients, or, you know, running the Google ads for the most part as well. And it doesn't have to stop at just prospecting to get appointments. It could also be for, you can hire a sales team and outsource that as well. So, you know, overall, outsourcing your SMMA outreach can also be a very, very good way to get clients on autopilot. And it's not really that expensive. Like I don't spend that much money, you know, with my VAs to send messages for me. And this year I'm looking to expand my outreach so I can get more appointments coming in on a consistent basis. And the thing is, you don't have to stick with just one of these methods. You can maybe, you know, outsource it and also make cold calls, or you could outsource it and also run your own ads. It doesn't just have to be, you know, one or the other. It can be, you know, you can combine these two things. The more ways you have to get clients on autopilot, the more clients you will get on autopilot. So keep that in mind as well. But just remember, you still have to set things up. I still have to go through the process of hiring a VA, doing all that, making the VA script, doing all that stuff, which I teach people who book a one-on-one time with me how to do. There's a link in the description below for that. That way I know you're serious, and I can't give away every single thing on YouTube because we'll be here for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. But yeah, so yeah, that is how you get SMMA clients on autopilot. Hope that helped you guys out. So first, click on the center circle right now so that way you subscribe to my channel. Then click on the video on the upper right corner of your screen. That way you can see the next value pack video of how to hire a VA for, you know, $3 an hour. So I'll see you guys in that video. Take care.